Hello, hello, hello. Have all this set up right. I don't know what's going on in the studio behind me here, but...
Sign my card.
Sign your what? Your what?
Car.
Car? Interesting. It's good to see everybody. How's it going? What is up? What? Hey, Hatter, congratulations again. So happy for you. What's up, TikTok side? We're getting booted up on that side as well. I gotta clean my glasses off here. Hot tip, if you get into any kind of camera stuff, lens pens are magical, and you can use them for all kinds of other stuff as well, like cleaning glasses. Use the little dusty part, pun intended. And then, hey, Elise dropping the super says, hey, Tony. I know that you can see when someone only watches your TikTok video and not likes it. Throwing my petty confetti today.
I mean, I'm just saying. What? Like, am I supposed to like it?
Wait,
I liked it.
I didn't know you could do that. Honestly, I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Picture, she looked hot.
Huh?
Elise looked hot.
Caden Thunder says you look hot.
Well,
At least
I've not seen a video.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. Posted a video and he didn't like it? Oh no, he watched it and didn't like it? What a son of a bitch. You probably have more followers than he does and he's salty about it. That's probably the problem. Great Auntie Kiki messed up and didn't get your laundry for folding day, so you guess you get to listen. Hey, there you go. What's up, Ellen? Love Stitch when he's dressed as another character. Oh yeah. Favorite fictional Halloween character? That's the topic of discussion today. Boop, boop, boop. Somebody must have stolen Tony Sparks' phone and been scrolling through and saw that video. So it wasn't him that saw it, at least. Well, it wasn't him. Juliet, do you have a tattoo of Stewie dressed as a duck from the Halloween special? Ooh, Amber Jason Voorhees. You were a Voorhees cheerleader one year? Hey-o! What's up, Migs World? I'm cleaning them. It's a lens pen. I'm cleaning them off. They were a little smudgy. A wee bit smudgy. And it looks like they still are. I missed a spot. Missed a spot. So I'm using a lens pen, like a camera lens pen. But use it for glasses. We've got like glasses wipes and stuff too, but sorry. I'll finish eventually here. Winifred Sanders. Toss up between Freddy Krueger and Jack Skellington. Ooh, Jack Skellington's a pretty good one. I did see they had a Jack Skellington costume that was pretty cool. Your sanity? Does that count as an answer? Sure. Crystal. Halloween fictional character. Didn't know they weren't real. Surrounded by clowns every day. Hey. Hey. Hey, Hatter, I see. I see. We're getting an invite, Tater. Hatter's wedding.
Oh, how cool.
Heck yeah.
Can I officiate?
Yeah, Tony Spark wants to officiate, Hatter. He wants to officiate.
Whoa.
Hey, Dark Angel with the shares, thanks so much for the love. Also, we got some bolts getting thrown up here on the TikTok side. Michelle, Amanda Lee, Ashley Marie, Michelle Margarita, Honey Bear, Minions Den, Kayla Ann Bracker, Janine Benham, Brittany, Callie Knight, Brittany again dropping big time bolts here. Aunt Sue, CT Civil, KDCLKB, Michelle, SOS Flint, Dark Angel, Michelle again, Brittany again there, Kara, Christian Museum Girl, Ambledine Shepherd, Wonder Woman, and Fane. Thanks so much for the love. Manda Lee still going hard with them bolts. Passing 275, still going. Dark Angel. Thanks so much for the love, y'all. It puts a yellow icon on their profile photo as the comments scroll and like scroll in creator mode. Huh? Interesting.
Hand to God, I've never seen that video. That's right now.
Elise says, and delayed, but thank you, Candy. I was hot last night. It's like, it reminds me of Caden Thunder when he got dressed up for the wedding, like last week or something. He's like, I look good.
Fly.
I look fly. There you go. You know, sometimes you just feel like you look good, right? Sometimes. Mandalay passing 500 on the bolts and still going. Michelle passing 180 and still going. Joyce, Bad Wolf, Lee, Finn, Mama Says So, Kayla, Dark Angel, Wonder Woman, Michelle again, Ashley, Marie. Thanks so much for the love, y'all. Good afternoon. The beans was warm. There you go, Amber. Beans was muy caliente. Muy caliente. Is audio out of sync for anybody else? Oh. Is it that way for anybody else? Hear from a few people that it is definitely out of sync. Huh, hold on. It should not be. Maybe once we get out of this scene, it will get a little bit better. We'll see if it stabilizes. Let's see. If it continues to be bad for you, so some people it's fine for, so if it continues to be bad, you may have to jump out and jump back in. Amanda Lee! Getting ready to hit 900 on the bolts. Still going. Michelle, past 400. Still going. Still going. Yours seems to be all right. Tater Rooney. Yeah, it may be isolated there. Kristen Museum Girl, Luna Rose, Nita, Anna Hartman. Nita again there. Amanda just passed 1K on the bolts. Still going. Look at that, 1300. Holy crap. Thanks so much for the love. Maureen Deacon, Kristen Museum Girl, thanks for the love. Michelle eclipsing 500 is still going. You had to really put it on last night? Had to really put it on. Really put it on. We'll change scenes here and see if this helps at all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
In video almost. Or sound, I don't know.
That's
Whatever you did last time, you fixed it.
That's great. That's just great. Love it.
Don't make me get my broom.
Love it. Still out of okay. Well, let's see if this fixes it. It could just be an issue with my. You know what? Let me kill some of the programs that I don't need here, and maybe that will help. Maybe it's something from my system just slowing stuff down. Entirely possible. Entirely. Being on the scene without all the graphics and music and stuff should stabilize things here, but we'll see. Welcome to the Gosh Heck It stream. Glad to have you here today. Coming up, we have stories about canceled romantic getaways, squabbling over financial support, flipping the script on spouse's friends, a wife who cries wolf, selfish travel plans, road trips gone wrong, and of course, spicy stories, and a cake story. Coming up, we have, not coming up, words are hard. First goal is 4K bolts to get Caden Thunder up here on the TikTok side and a $30 super goal on the YouTube side for a shirt change. Oh man, I got to change out of this? You didn't tell me that. You son of a bitch.
Did you read the document?
But I'm comfortable. Y'all been crushing the shares goal, so we upped it. 1K shares today. Make sure you're sharing the live as well as tapping the screen. You know, we like to keep you busy while we're reading all the stories here. We will shoot a confetti cannon once we hit it. We do have gift goals on TikTok and super goals on the YouTube side. Words are hard. So you're going to see things get unlocked differently today, like we've been doing for the past few weeks. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side, of course, for all the latest content. Remember, subscribing is free over there. And you can actually become a paid member on that side as well to gain access to exclusive, member-exclusive content and lives over there too. Speaking of YouTube, make sure you stay tuned to YouTube or listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for all the latest podcasts and compilations that come out. We'll also be doing this on the VIP today.
Wheel of Thunder!
Bay Fox. Candy, do you like seeing me shirtless?
Absolutely.
It's just a lot of hair. Like you can't even see past the hair. It's like I'm wearing a hair sweater.
Yep.
Look like Jason Kelsey, shirtless.
Exactly.
Reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody, of course, is allowed to have their own opinion. Of course, you're going to have your own opinion. Even if you weren't allowed to, you'd have one. And we encourage you to share it in a respectful manner. No shit stirring, no political or religious debates in chat, and no spoiling or you get your butt muted and booted. Just don't risk it. We are going to be playing the story game again today, where we do a 1-minute poll after reading the title of the story. We'll do the interactive poll on the YouTube side, and we'll do a comment poll on the YouTube side. Did I say YouTube? I don't know. Words are hard. TikTok, interactive, YouTube, comments. And before we say get out your brooms, before then, I just want to remind everybody that we have something coming up on October 30th. It's going to look a little bit something like this. You got me some shrooms. Yeah, sweet.
Had to pick some.
Oh, nice. Got some Halloweeny stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. Halloween stream is going to be October 30th. We'll be doing some costume stuff. We doing some madness. We'll see what happens. Tony Spark, what are you dressing up as?
A guy with no followers.
Don't repeat that. It's supposed to be someone other than yourself.
A guy
Eeyore.
with lots of followers.
Hatter dropping the 10 says, no, you and Candy are not big fans of drinking, nor are a lot of my friends. So I've been talking to a friend who is a bartender to make Halloween non-alcoholic drinks.
Ooh.
Oh,
A little dry ice.
yeah. I'm down. Michelle, Jerry, Candy, Hearts, Emmy Castro. Let me do some catch up here on this side. Also, I don't know if it's been a Windows update or something, but before I could just hover my mouse over something and scroll, and it would know where I was hovering. Now I have to click into that window to scroll. As of today, it's driving me crazy. Becky Poirier, Michelle, Ashley Thorpe, Elizabeth, Ashley again there, Louise McKenzie, Denise Burkhardt, Elizabeth, Meg's World dropping the hundo there, Sophie, Holly Elizabeth, Michelle dropping the 885. Holy cow, Sabrina, Santiago, Louise McKenzie, Mary Doyle, thanks so much for the love. We have to give some thanks here. I'm gonna give you a little preview, another preview of some Halloween fun while we go into thanks mode here. And can I get a save on the gifters, please? More Halloween fun stuff. I can't help myself. We gotta get all the love out there now. Snort says, I think everybody here should go as Dusty Thunder. What would that look like? You gotta get a fake beard and be an asshole all day. In no particular order here, we got Mela Oso, Mandalee. I almost said Mandala. No. Brittany 5501, Hoorn 2010, Meg's World, Anna Hartman, Ashley Thorpe, Queenie E33, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Aunt Sue, Kayla C, Bad Wolf, Mama Says So, Love My Family, Darcy LC. We've got Elle McKenzie, NB the G, Amanda Flo, Denise Burkhardt, Swish Nanigans, Luna Rose, Crystal Museum Girl. We've got Maureen Deacon, Just Another Someone, Real Broad Zuba, Countess Akasha. She's stepping up. Thanks so much for the love, guys. You have unlocked the Candy Thunder appearance. Let me get the next one queued up here, which is going to unlock Tony Spark and a spicy story. Tony, spicy. Spicy Tony. You better be giving us spicy feedback. Tony and there we go. Let me pin that real quick. It's already pinned. Never mind. QOD was favorite fictional Halloween character. Steve DR Squish Face. My beard may not be as luscious as yours, but I'm not far off. Proof. Pixar didn't happen. Louise McKenzie, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Heck yes. Glad to have you here. Candy Thunder, would you like to come up before the story or after?
Whatever you want.
Come on up. Ladies and gents, let's go ahead and start the show off, right? Let's do this, right? Candy Thunder, ladies and gents.
There was a join my team thing on your head.
When I was pointing at it? Perfect. It's
Hi, y'all.
perfect.
I have a story for you. So today
I didn't do it.
No, it's about Navy. It's a good one. It's a funny one. It's about Navy and Luna. But Navy got sick last night. Just all of a sudden, spiked a fever, congestion and stuff like that. And this girl has an immune system like a champ. Like she's like sick for like 12 hours. But she was well enough to play hide and go seek or hide and go seek. I don't know what the name is. Hide and seek.
Now you have me questioning.
I know. Is it hide and go seek or hide and seek?
I don't know.
So anyways, we are playing this and like she hides first, and like she always hides in the same exact spot each time. So I had to convince her to hide elsewhere. But whenever I would hide like good enough that like it would take her just like a few minutes to find me. But at the same time, Luna is also looking for me because I can't be out of her sight. So Luna is searching the room for me, and Luna will find me, and then which would lead Navy to find me. But it was so funny because Luna walked past me like a couple times when I was like standing behind the door, and she like turned around in a circle, and she's like, I don't know, and I couldn't help myself, and I chuckled.
I can smell you.
I know.
Where are you? I can smell you over here.
And I was like, this is not fair. It's 2 against 1. But I finally convinced Navy that she should hide somewhere else besides my closet, and she hid in the spot that I had hidden previously. And I was like, come on, Navy. Let's think outside the box. So we're still working on it. But yeah, every time I would hide, I'd be like, yes. And I was laughing so like she could find me. And then Luna would be like, oh, I found her. I got her.
This dumb dog.
Right.
This dumb dog. She now, we're still getting work done on the house, and there's some contractors working outside. So taking her outside to go potty, Luna, not Navy, has been more complicated because she's a chicken. She doesn't just look like a piece of fried chicken. She is a giant piece of fried chicken. So she gets like around anybody, and she's all skittish, and getting her to go to the bathroom outside has been a thing. My gosh, my goodness.
She taking her on a leash like to go to the bathroom. Like she clearly has to go, but she will not go on a leash. It's like physically impossible for her. So finally the people that were fixing the fence left for lunch, and I was like, here's my time. So I take them both out and let them off their leash in what will be our fenced in backyard. And she 2 minutes.
Immediately.
2 minutes. Pee, poop. They were both done in 2 minutes. And I was like, you guys are, I don't understand.
She's like, I've been touching fur all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. You kind of have a built-in costume. Oh, because it's candy?
Yeah.
Is that the built-in costume?
Yeah,
That'll be a piece
yeah.
of candy. Candy cane.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You dress up like an actual piece of candy, and I'll just lick you on the forehead, or I don't know.
Well,
Didn't go where I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish here.
At least it wasn't the other thing that you normally say on stream about spicy stories.
What?
I'm not gonna repeat that. He can't help himself.
I can't. I really can't. I'm
All right.
sorry. Yeah.
Sir, this is rated E for everyone.
Okay. I'll calm down.
Claiming her. That's how toddlers claim things. Mine.
Whenever things take an unexpected turn in that direction, Sergeant Mac, I'll do the I'm gonna lay you down by the fire and turn the lights down real low.
This is a good time for these people to jump in and start spamming chat.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm trying to mute. I can't find your thing.
I said lick,
Okay.
and all the
Somebody
look at my
already got-
nudes people showed up. So it's my fault. I'm sure it's
Thanks,
my
Ellen.
fault. I'm sorry.
Your mouse is jacked.
My mouse is jacked.
This one.
What are you doing?
This mouse. Because I know what you were doing. I don't trust you. Not when it comes to that kind of stuff. Love you.
Clutches pearls. Gasp! Gasp! Clutches pearls. Okay, I'll dive into the first story here. I'm so sorry that I'm inappropriate and easily distracted, ladies and gentlemen. I will do better someday. All right, let's dive into our very first story. Hello there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITA and goes like this. Am I the astronaut for turning my girlfriend, 27 female, and I's, 28 male, canceled romantic vacation into a boys' trip and going without her? I'm sure she thinks you are, sir. Let's get a... Oh, they have changed this. Oh no, they've changed the entire system here for what's happening. They've changed it all. Wait, oh, I think it'll let me save different polls now. This is fantastic. All the polls are belong to me. That sounds wrong too. I can't get away from it, ladies and gents. It's just where I'm at today. It's just where I'm at today. Poll just started. 50 seconds left, TikTok side. Oh, let's see here. What's up, Angel? My wife. I just saw the comment before it. Oh my. Ask on 2, ask on 1, 2s and 3s here. Am I the asking off returning my girlfriend, 27 female and I's canceled romantic vacation into a boys trip and going without her? If it's a canceled romantic vacation, it wasn't really canceled. She canceled it. She was canceled. So I'm guessing they either broke up or something happened where she opted out of going, but then she still got pissed at him for going. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say NTA. I'm going against the grain here, folks. Let's see what happened. Sergeant Mack, you're probably right. Somebody done effed up. It was probably him because, you know, if somebody's going to screw up in a relationship, it's probably him. But there are those rare occasions where we are proven not to be the assholes, ladies and gents. We'll see. Ascon 2-1, but just barely. ESH right behind it. Let's see this. Hey, Big Bo received a gifted sub from Overkill Mill. Overkill. Thanks so much. And Big Bo, welcome to the Gosh Jacket fam. Like your name. Bo knows TikTok. All right, let's dive in. About 8 months ago, if I can find my mouse, there it is. About 8 months ago, my girlfriend and I planned a vacation. We were both really looking forward to it. It was going to be our first vacation together. It was a really romantic destination and we had a lot of different things planned. She went and bought fancy lingerie. It was really supposed to be a romantic rendezvous and was a big deal for both of us. However, about 3 months after we planned it, my girlfriend was offered a job that was substantially better than her last one with a significant pay raise. This meant my girlfriend wouldn't have the time off anymore to go on the vacation. Still, we discussed it and mutually understood that it meant more savings for us in the future. Overall, it was in the best interest of our future plans that she accepted the job offer and we would replan our vacation, and I supported that decision. I already took the time off and I still really wanted to go, and my girlfriend and I had already replanned our vacation there, but it was for 6 months away. So when the time came and I still had the time off, I had a kind of spur of the moment idea to still go and invite the guy friends. I asked my girlfriend, is she okay with this? And she maintained the entire time that she would be happy for me if I had fun. Feel like that's going to be an important line later on. When I went there, my friends and I went to a few different events around the city, went clubbing once and had fun. It seemed like the more fun I was having, the more my girlfriend's attitude changed. She began to respond to text much shorter, seemed more distant, and at times, even a bit sour. Okay, I'd like to time out for two things right here. Let this be a learning moment for you, sir. The more time you spend away from her, the more you're supposed to miss her. The more time you spent away from her, the happier you got. So I'm sure she was looking at this and being like, excuse me, sir. But also, I'm trying to wrap my brain around the fact that you went on the romantic rendezvous, getaway, themed vacation with your bros. And how all that worked out. It would be like it'd be like Stevie and David whenever she gets the free hotel room, but it's like the honeymoon suite, and they got rose petals and stuff everywhere. That would have been funny. Finally, on the fourth night, she texted me to say that she was feeling a bit depressed. She had a death in her family earlier that day. She was working, feeling overwhelmed, and that she was really disappointed that I was in our vacation spot without her, clubbing, etc., while she was working to save money for our future. Okay. Now it changes a little bit. I asked her if she had expected me to stay home when she couldn't go, and she told me it was too vague of a question, but answered generally no, and then promptly told me she loved me, and we said our goodnights. I gave her my condolences and tried my best to be more active in texting her for the next following days, but she just seemed so short and disconnected. I've been home for 2 days now, and it's still the same. She is disconnected and short, irritable, and even mentioned that this trip wasn't my only big vacation of the year and asked me how much money I have saved for our future together, and genuinely seemed disappointed that I only have a fraction of what she has saved. We're both supposed to be saving a lot of money now while we can to get a good head start, but I've told her a few times that I'm doing a bad job at saving the money. I have this gut feeling that she's massively turned off by the fact that I left without her and maybe a bit jealous, but at the same time, I can't tell if it was insensitive of me to go. We have always maintained that we're very deeply in love. Otherwise, we have a great bond and are really serious about one another. Okay, there's the end of the story, ladies and gents. Pam, yeah, she's jelly. She's jelly, but here's why you gotta go and make things so complicated. It gets complicated because she, in the very beginning, was like, yeah, go have fun. After that moment, she no longer has the right to contest any of this, right? Because she signed off on it. She's going to feel what she feels, though, and that's where this becomes a separate thing. It's not just about the trip right now. Yes, she is upset because she didn't get to go on this. She was left behind working and then had time to sit there and stew and think about how much she's giving to this relationship that you are not, because you're out there having fun and she's over here working to save money. And oh, by the way, beyond that, you haven't saved or worked as much as she has to contribute to this relationship and your future either, which probably didn't become a huge thought until she had the idle hands time to sit there and stew about it and really thought about the imbalance of things. So it was an imbalance in the beginning with he's having fun, I'm not, and then it became further tilted with a focus on all the other things that made it an imbalance and unfair in her mind. But she signed off on it. That's where this gets complicated for me, because I'm like, generally, yeah, like I feel like you probably should have known better to not go, especially if the whole saving money theme was a thing before this trip. You should have been like, you know what? Yeah, I'll focus on us and save for our future. And that would have been a great decision that made her feel really good about where you are in your relationship. But she signed off on it. Candy Thunder, I got to bring you back up because I have to have a woman's perspective on this. It's confusing for me. I feel like he should have done better, but I feel like she signed off on it. So does she have the right to bitch about it now?
I wouldn't care if you went. If I couldn't go and I was focusing on my career, I'd be like, yeah, go have fun. Like, do you have a great time while I'm here.
That's how she felt at first, too.
I would not change my mind. But maybe that's because I know how hard you work and I want you to have a good time, because when you come back and we're going to do this in 6 months, like, I have no problem bearing 90% of the load for a week or 10 days while you're gone. I have no problem earning extra money to put towards a fund that is for us, for you to do something. If this is not a normal thing, if you're not going on vacations every other week and this is like a one-time thing, like, fucking go do it. Like, you only live once. And it was already paid for. It was already done. She signed off. If you know that you're going to get pissed off, don't sign off on something. Don't say, yeah, sure, go ahead, have the best time of your life, and then get pissed that they went.
This is also the first time they're encountering this, because it was going to be their first romantic getaway. So they're experiencing a lot of firsts here. And this is probably like the first time they've been in this kind of situation together, and they're figuring out how to communicate through it. And ultimately, I think it comes down to that.
Right.
It's a communication issue, which means it's a them issue, which means it's an everyone sucks here.
It might be an ESH. I think when you're in a relationship and somebody asks you a question and you answer that question and you give permission, what they're looking for, you come to an agreement, she was going to go, you forfeit your right to get pissed off at him going. Like, you can't say, yes, I want you to go, I want you to have a good time. And then whenever he goes and has the good time, you're like, hey, but you're not saving as much. You're not doing as much.
Right.
Those should have been issues that she presented before. He should have thought of them too. So that's why I'm saying ESH. But I think she sucks worse. I'm like, if you don't want somebody to do something because that was something you were supposed to do together, then speak up.
Yeah.
Like, say what you mean and mean what you say, because she did not do that, in my opinion. She said, and people were asking what she said, and he made it very clear.
People are also saying she had a death in the family too, but remember, the death in the family was like that last day, and she had issues with becoming short before that. So while that may explain her headspace that day, it does not explain the days prior. Right. And this was a buildup, so it can't be isolated to that. Also, Paula with the SEK 2 hundo here says communication, people.
Here.
Communication.
Hey, Angel, I see you with the tone. And honestly, at the end of the day, her tone, go have fun. If I can't, not everybody reads tone the same way. Like, not everybody
true.
understands it the same way. If you want to say something, speak up and say what you mean, because otherwise people can interpret that however they. I can say have a good day, and somebody can interpret that I'm being a bitch, and if I don't sing song my voice. But to some people, I just said have a good day. So, if you mean something, if you want to say something, fucking say it. Because if you don't, you're going to lead to shit in your relationship like this, where somebody's pissed off, somebody doesn't understand it, X, Y, and Z. Speak your mind.
Also, if she did say this with a tone, she's learning a lesson now too. Like,
Right.
that didn't work, so maybe I won't do that the next time. Or maybe I've got to talk to him about, hey, when I say things with a certain tone, here's what this means. I didn't want to lose this. Paula, your comment with the super there, communication, ESH, because they both seem to be bad at communications, but he is worse since he has no emotional intelligence. If she had a problem with him going due to the money, she had to speak up.
Where I don't understand why he has no, like, if I told him to go do something and to go have fun doing that thing, and he went and did that and went and had fun, I'm the one that has shitty emotional intelligence because I didn't mean what I said to him, and I still said it knowing that it would burden myself by saying that.
But on my side, I would think that I am a good enough husband to not ask if I could still go in the first place and take my bronies with me.
I would want
to what
you
was
to
supposed
do
to be
that,
our
though.
first
like,
romantic
I would
getaway.
want you to, like, if I couldn't go, like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm not going to be selfish with that. And like, you allowed me to go do that with my friends, and it was one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. And I would want to give that to someone else if I had the opportunity to give that to someone else, because that meant something to me. And I know what that feels like to be able to do that. So fuck no, I'm not changing my mind on this. I think she sucks way worse than he does.
Where would you put her?
I think she needs to speak up and say and quit. Tones don't work all the time. So speak up and just like say exactly what you're trying to say so that they understand what you mean.
Which is the whole learning communication early in the relationship thing. And that's it.
Like, I say this as someone who used to be this girl. I used to not say what I mean. And I know how bad life sucks when you don't say it. If you think it and you make all these things up in your head, in that they're supposed to understand, and they don't, because women and men are not on the same level when it comes to that kind of like thought process. So I know from experience, from 20 some years of experience being this person, it does not work in a marriage. It actually is detrimental to a marriage. Yeah. So I don't change my mind on this. I think she sucks. I think
where would you
it was
put
a
her?
learning moment. I think she's ass con too.
I would agree. Because it's a definitely shouldn't have done.
He can go between 3 and 4 in my opinion, but that's how I feel.
Hey, Tony, we've got to go on a romantic getaway this weekend.
Go for
You
it.
ready? You got your go bag?
Go for it. I'm rewatching Selling Sunset. I'm gonna have me time. I'm gonna take a bath. Go for it.
Yeah. Go, and then she wanted you to go.
Yeah,
to go,
exactly.
me
Yeah.
to go, and she was fine with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Tess, I walked into a gynecologist appointment and saw someone I wasn't supposed to see. Like, somebody got sick, and so I had to see someone else. And she said, "I'm really good with energy. And the energy that you're radiating is stress and unhappiness. And I don't mean that in a bad way." And she's like, "What can we do to fix this?" And I was like, immediately started bawling. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, but I know that I'm unhappy on the inside. And she said, "Read this book. It's called The Untethered Soul." Bought it, read it literally the same week, and took the advice of the book. And it's hard to change your thought patterns, but once you do, and once, like, I changed the voice inside my head into somebody that I didn't have to listen to, is just something that was there. I feel like my life restarted. My life fell into place. And if I hadn't done that, we would not be together right now. And I know that, which is why I don't care if you go have fun. I'm like, I want you to have those things outside of our marriage. I want you to have good times. Like, I don't want to take that from you. And so I feel like it's wrong to do this to someone.
And she's going to learn that now too.
Agreed. They're younger. They're,
Yes,
I mean,
if
they're
they-
not that much younger.
but they're
than we
early
are.
in their relationship, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
they're early in that. And that's something that is a fire you have to walk through. And they have not walked through that fire yet.
Right.
And it's something that you learn. And you go into a relationship early on more selfish, just like you do when you become a new parent, right? You're more selfish and you have to unlearn a bit of selfishness. Selfishness?
Selfishness.
Ah, the words, they don't love me today.
Take it, Josh. I tell him that every weekend. You guys go do your thing. I'm all for it. Like I'm telling you guys this, man, we do this. This is the second thing for us. You know, we still have a full-time agency that we do here. So anytime I can get him to go do something for himself, I'm going to push for it 150% because it means something to me and it means something to him. So in the book, I saw somebody ask for the book again. It's called The Untethered Soul. And no, I'm good. I don't need a hug. It just makes me emotional because I feel like if we all said what we really wanted to say, like I feel like so many, maybe we wouldn't have a job up here then because maybe people wouldn't be communicating
Don't
effectively.
do that. Don't learn how to
But
communicate, world. We need
I
jobs.
I know who I was before, and I don't ever want to be that person again. So I know who I am now, and I'm so much happier now than I was then.
Yeah. And it's not like, it's not like going through that and learning that makes all the problems go away, but it makes those
Right.
problems much easier to identify.
Yes.
And it makes communicating about those problems much easier. And,
Right.
and, for me, it's very much okay, I love you.
Bye, guys.
Mwah. Struggle snuggle. For me, it was very much like I've got a billion things going on right now, and having to stop and try to read your mind behind your words to figure out what you really mean. Like I can't do it. I'm gonna fuck this up. So getting to the point where the feedback that I have is much easier to absorb is fantastic. Fantastic.
I want to say fuck you.
Communication should come with age. Maybe age of relationship, not necessarily age of person, because again, I think it's a fire you have to walk through. I think you have to go through those situations and experience those hardships to learn how to prevent them in the future, right? And to learn a whole nother human being. It's like you're speaking to another person. Also, Caden Thunder, before you leave, I'll tell you this as you're walking out, but I had no idea that the way to whisper to the soul was through a vagina. But at the gynecologist, that's where, like, that lady was a soul whisperer. It just happened to be, okay. Feet were not in the stirrups whenever this,
No.
okay, never mind.
3 minutes into my appointment. She read my energy. 3 minutes. That's how shitty it was.
But she's a gynecologist who reads energies. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
She's a nurse practitioner.
oh, okay. Tony Spark holding up the next sign for you. Move on. Move on. Depends on what you're whispering. Oh my gosh. So right before this, earlier today, I was eating lunch sitting in our meeting area and put Friends on just as like mindless entertainment. And it happened to be, never mind. Happened to be the episode where Ross is wanting to go in and talk to his unborn baby. And he's like, how should I do this? There seems to be one angle that has an acoustical advantage. And she's like, just aim for the bump. Okay, sorry. I'll move on here. It is an ESH. I feel like she definitely is at an ASCON too. I feel like he is too, though. I feel like they're even for me. And this is a communication issue that they will grow through. I think they both kind of fucked up, and hopefully they can come back and have that conversation and present it as here's how I feel like I fucked up. And here's what I can do better. And hopefully not here's how you fucked up and how you can do better, because that's not going to go well. Let's move on to the second story here, shall we? We are at 11:01 of 2,500 on the W coin goal right now. Our top three on the TikTok side are Michelle, Overkill Mill, and Animal. We got the leaderboard rocking there. Okay, here we go. Let me get a sip of water. You know what? We're going to get some music rocking here for just a second while I take a sip of water. Sounds like he knows he should be doing better, though. He does. He's like, I told her I'm bad. I'm been bad about not saving the money. That doesn't mean you get like a free pass to not save the money, right? Hatter with the super says, oh, that reminds me, I forgot to tell you how he popped the question. We were at the aquarium. That's when he asked me to be his forevermore. That's awesome. Was it near the sharks? Because that's like the coolest part, right? It's cool parts. Lilith just heard the story about the sister-in-law who changed the bedroom of the deceased 14 without asking her mother. Yeah, black hole. We have been talking about black hole beyond ASCON 1. I'd actually be open to that. That might actually happen. That may happen. Leslie, hey, you bet. All the love your direction. Anybody out there who is dealing with the aftermath of weather. All the love your direction. My sister who lives in Knoxville was affected as well. Her kids were here last week, and I took them for a day. We went out, had fun. Gosh, Mother Nature is relentless. Hey, Pug Mom, Charlotte Arnold with the Galaxy saw it. Very cool. Megs World 85 Squishy. Mama says so. Thanks for the love. We'll dive in. Here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITA and is this. Am I the astronaut for convincing my boyfriend to cut off financial support for his daughter? Eek. I'm going to panic moonwalk right out of this one. Wait. Oh, that poll was still like going on? That's weird. Restarted. Here we go. Poll. 1 minute. Brittany. Happy to be everybody's distraction. Happy to. The Addams Family. There you go. Oh, it was by the Sharks. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Ascon 1's going hard here. Am I the astronaut for convincing my boyfriend to cut off financial support for his daughter? It feels like an Ascon 1 thing to me. I'm sure it's going to end up running the other direction because the daughter's taking advantage of him in some crazy way, right? But for now, I stand with you in solidarity at Ascon 1. How old is the daughter? We don't know yet. We'll dive in. Yep. Twisted, it's not the vote will not be attached to your voting record or anything. It's just for fun. It's just for funsies. It's a guess based on title alone. And as we know now, OPs are not so great at including, full context in a title. Ascon won hard with 62% of the vote. Let's see. I-27 female, come from a low-income background. Growing up, my family struggled to make ends meet. My parents worked multiple jobs just to cover rent and basic necessities, and there were times when we had to rely on assistance programs. I put myself through college by juggling part-time jobs as a waitress, tutoring, and doing freelance gigs. It wasn't easy, but I managed to graduate with a degree in marketing. Now I'm working in a job that I love, but I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. About a year ago, I started dating Mike, 44 male. We met at a charity event where I was volunteering. He approached me to learn more about the cause. I was surprised when he asked for my number, considering our age difference and him being clearly wealthy, but I found him charming and easy to talk to. Our relationship blossomed quickly. Mike is an incredibly kind, funny, and genuinely interested human in my life and struggles. I'm sorry, I read that completely wrong. Mike is incredibly kind, funny, and genuinely interested in my life and struggles. He's always supportive of my dreams, encouraging me in my career pursuits and offering valuable advice. I never expected to be with someone from such a different background, but he treats me as an equal, which has been refreshing. However, as I got to know him better, I learned about his daughter, Emily, 20 female. Their relationship is pretty rocky. He doesn't have much of a connection with her. Their communication mainly revolves around the financial support that he provides. He sends her a significant amount of money each month, which she seems to use to fund a lavish influencer lifestyle. She isn't working or studying, which made me uncomfortable. When I first brought up my concerns to Mike, he was defensive. He felt guilty about not being more present of a father and justified his financial support as a way to show that he cares. I understood where he was coming from, but I pointed out that sending money alone wasn't building a real relationship or encouraging Emily to take responsibility for her life. I'm going to throw a red flag right here because although her concerns may be valid, jumping into a relationship and immediately starting to give somebody parenting advice. After several conversations, Mike agreed with me. I said he could still support her, but only for legitimate needs like tuition, books, or living expenses if she enrolled in community college or at least got a part-time job. I genuinely thought that this was a positive step for both of them. However, when Emily found out, she reacted badly. You don't fucking say. Posting on social media about how Mike is a terrible father for abandoning her and not supporting her dreams. Now Mike is feeling torn. He wants to be a good dad, but he also acknowledges that my perspective makes sense. I can see he's struggling with guilt, and I worry that I may have overstepped by influencing him, especially since it's causing tension in their relationship. Do you think so? You think it might have caused some tension? Okay. How long were they dating? It says, as I got to know him better, I learned about his daughter, their communication, blah, blah, blah. When I first brought up my concerns, he was defensive. So I don't have a beat on how much time went by before she brought this up. And bringing up concerns to somebody who's your partner and you're doing life with them is, that's allowed. You're allowed to bring up concerns. However, I think OP's stepping into this not being a parent and also not really exploring creating a connection with his daughter to understand what the ramifications might have been or to understand where she might be and how she views their relationship. Where does she feel like it needs to go? What does she feel like is lacking here? And not taking time to develop some kind of understanding on that level before saying, cut her off. Which is what happened. I mean, he cut her off and paying for things that are important, like books, tuition, this kind of stuff, if she's enrolled in community college, is a major culture shock for her. And if it was not pre-communicated and this was just like a cold turkey, boom, you're cut off, enroll in community college, and then you'll get a check for your books. I'm sure that was shocking to her system. I'm sure she lashed out because what do you expect her to do? She's been thrown in ice cold water. I do think that it was, even though you had good intentions here, I feel like it's something you definitely shouldn't have done. Definitely shouldn't have done this. Or maybe should have just done it differently. Maybe we're there. Mercy, yeah, she voiced her concerns. But I think even though she voiced her concerns, she didn't demand that he do this. Whenever she first brought it up, he was defensive. And then she says later on, he started to listen to me, which means that it's not something they talked about once. It's something that she kept bringing up over and over and over again till he finally got convinced and did it. I don't think that OP did this from a selfish place. I don't think she did this because she's like, I want more money for us. It sounds like he had enough to support her and to still, live the life that OP would have envisioned. But it doesn't even sound like that's a thing that OP was thinking about. It was more about this girl is being brought up way differently than I was. And I see the way she's being brought up, creating a spoiled brat out of her. And not that she's wrong at all, but there's one thing, like offering your perspective is one thing. Convincing someone to take action, I feel like is a completely different thing, especially when you don't have anywhere near a full understanding of what he's going through and what she's going through. It feels like a big overstep on my end here. I'm going to take her up to 2, as I definitely shouldn't have done that. It may be a differently 2, but I think that the fact that this was brought up repeatedly and that she jumped into this really only offering an angle based on what she's been through, which we only ever have our own perspective, but she offered this based on a life she didn't understand and made recommendations that she didn't understand the ramifications of and kept at it and eventually convinced him to take action, and then shit fell apart. Like we all knew it would, but she never knew to think, hey, this may cause some problems. That's the fuck up right there. Is he should have known this would cause problems too. She also told him sending money does not make him a good father. Sounds like she might have encouraging him to spend time, not money, which would be great. It would be great. But again, if you are the daughter in this scenario and there's a life change heading your way, I think you'd like to know about it and probably would be worth a conversation ahead of time way ahead of time. Like to have enough time to change your lifestyle to accommodate for what's getting ready to change for you. And I think through those conversations, you probably would have discovered that she valued the money more than the time. Lilith thinks that Daddy's POA is jealous that she didn't have a father who could do that for her. She wants him to save his money to spend it on her. I don't get that vibe from her. I don't get that vibe at all. I think she's just saying that's not how I was brought up, and I see it as a problem, which to me seems small-minded. And not that she's wrong, but it's like, I don't know. Getting into a relationship with somebody who has children, even if they're grown-ass children, is super complicated. It is not easy at all. It's not easy, not at all. No. What do y'all think? It's not her place, Brittany. Respectfully disagree, Real Broad says. I appreciate that. He might have kept the conversation going. He might have, yeah, absolutely. He could have. I don't think, Risa says, I don't think she was saying cut her off. She was saying be a dad. Well, what she said was sending money doesn't make you a dad. Now, what she says in here, I don't know. Reading this part again, it sounds a little more forceful. After several conversations, Mike agreed with me. I said he could still support her, but only for legitimate needs like tuition, books, or living expenses, if she enrolled in community college or at least got a part-time job. That sounds like making a pretty strong recommendation to me. And now Mike is feeling torn. He wants to be a good dad, but he also acknowledges that my perspective makes sense. I think there's a middle ground in there. Probably went a little bit too hard on it, OP. And while it came from a good place, I think this is something you have to baby step toward when you have kids, even grown-ass kids. I don't know. This is something that we're all going to see a little bit differently. And that's need to know if finances are combined. Snorts, I don't think they were yet, but they could have been. We don't have that information. Living expenses include rent and food. Sure. But if she was living the lifestyle that was kind of built up in our minds here, it's going to be a culture shock for her. You know what? If they were looking at marriage and they had been like several years, she said about a year ago she started dating Mike, and this conversation has been going on for a while. So that feels early to me. I don't think you start getting involved in parenting until much later on. Yeah, I don't. No comments were included for me to read on this one, but I'm sure there are plenty out there. The title again was, and then I'll jump over to the next one. Title again was, "Am I the astronaut for convincing my boyfriend to cut off financial support for his daughter?" I don't know. Title alone kind of proves that she knew where this was going. We are at 1650, a 2,501 W coins right now. I'm gonna get a drink of water and then dive in. See, I didn't get the jealous vibe, Justin. I didn't get the jealous. Maybe she just hit it well, but I did not get that vibe at all. In a vibey mood. There's a point where, I mean, Caden Thunder and I actively parent like all of our kids together. Doesn't matter, which blend they come from, but that was a long process in the making. And I feel like, now we have to do it that way. It's just survival. All right, let's dive in on the next story here, shall we? Hello again, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story. This one is, "Am I the astronaut for convincing?" Nope, that's the one we just read. Son of a bitch. Try this again. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is, "Am I the astronaut for lying to my wife's friends after an argument?" There's a whole lot of context. We'll still do the poll. We're all flying blind on this one, ladies and gents. 1 minute starting now. Am I the astronaut for lying to my wife's friends after an argument? Lying's not good. I'm sure there's some kind of, oh, hold on.
This might be my favorite story from today.
Which means it's funny, which means he lied from some kind of
I'm not saying it's
intentional assholery.
I mean, I'm
which
not
means
saying
he's
it's
NTA.
funny, but yeah, I'll tell you why it was my favorite after this. But
Okay.
yeah, this is probably one of my favorite ones today.
Gotcha. Gambling with NTA here. 17 seconds left. ESH probably. Hey, Mary, that is awesome. Thanks so much for that. It becomes addictive after this, so watch out. It does. Poll has completed. 24%. 1 for NTA. Goodness. Let's find out. I feel like I may have led you all astray. My wife, 39 female, and I, 40 male, have been married for 8 years and have a 4-year-old son. We both work full-time, have a good handle on household duties and expectations. My wife has been really busy at her job the past 6 weeks or so. Her job does a lot of seasonal work, and this time of the year is among their busiest. They had a lot of seasonal workers they hire to help, and they held a party/happy hour for them last week. The week before the party, my wife was at a work conference for 4 days while I was holding down the home front. The day of the party, she told me that she would only stay until 6 to 7 so that she could be home for our son's bedtime. I went about our normal words are hard. I went about our normal evening routine with our son and got a text from my wife about 7:15 telling me that she was just wrapping up and would be home soon. I put our son to bed and started doing some cleaning, and the next thing I know, it's 9 p.m. and my wife isn't home, so I text her to see if she's okay. She calls back a few minutes later and tells me she's still talking with people, but will be heading home soon. I was a little frustrated and annoyed by this. When she got home, I told her I would appreciate a little more communication from her if her plans are going to change like that. She got defensive and told me that I am not supporting her and that she needs to feel like she has the freedom and agency to do social things without me policing and parenting her, and that she lost track of time. That feels a little defensive, saying, considering that she gave the time. He wasn't saying you be home by this time. She's like, I'll be home by this time. I'm wrapping up. I'm on my way. And then hours go by. That feels a little, little snippy. I told her that 90 minutes is a long time to lose track of time. I told her 90 minutes is a long time to lose track of, and that it takes 20 seconds to send a text. She got mad and went off to bed. That weekend, she had a few friends over for cocktails. My wife was inside doing something, so I went out to the patio and said hi to her friends. I then asked them if I could get their opinion on a disagreement my wife and I had. I told them the story about my wife's work party, but lied and told them that it was me that had stayed out without updating my plans. They started going off on me for not respecting my wife enough to give her an update after 90 minutes, and that even though it's important for parents to have social time, I need to recognize that the only way I can do that is by my wife staying home with our son. They all told me I owe my wife an apology and then I need to do better. In the middle of their admonishment of me, my wife came out and asked what we were talking about. One of her friends said that I had just told them about the party the previous week and they were telling me I need to apologize. My wife looked confused and said, but I was the one who had the work party. Boom! I was sitting there with a little smirk on my face and my wife got pissed. Her friends did too. Her friends told me I was a jerk for lying to them and tricking them. I asked them if their advice for me still applies to my wife, and they got all defensive and tried to change their stories. My wife got upset because I embarrassed her. So the question is, am I the astronaut for lying to my wife's friends after an argument? Hell no. Hell no. He gave them a hypothetical with a reversal of the sexes. And boy howdy, did he feel just righteous in that moment when they just started spooling up. And there was a mob mentality there too. As soon as one of them were like, you motherfucker, the rest of them would be like, you treated my girl like that? Like it snowballed. I guarantee it snowballed, and it had to just feel so good for him. I don't know how he didn't sit there with a shit-eating grin the whole time that they started ripping his ass because he knew it wasn't for him. He knew that this was all just falling right into place, and it was proving how right he was. Now, the big question. What was she doing during those 90 minutes? Because, I mean, that's a long time to still be standing there talking to people, is it not? And then to be defensive about. If it was us and we got stuck for an extra 90 minutes, it would be like, oh my God, Karen cornered me. And holy shit, that woman will not shut up, but she's my boss, so I couldn't leave. And I wanted nothing more than to send you an SOS so you could call me and tell me that something was wrong with the baby and I needed to leave, but I couldn't get my phone because it was my purse at the table 20 feet away, and that would have looked so obvious. But no, it was, I need to have my own freedom to do social things without you monitoring and controlling me. That seemed a little defensive here. Paula with the SEK Hundo on the YouTube side, it says, NTA, he acted smart and the wife was an astronaut to not give a heads up that she would be late. Hear, hear. Zila says, ESH because he involved the friends, but the wife is 100% wrong and the friends with their reactions. I respect that.
Yeah, so I liked the story because we talk about all the time of what if the roles were reversed and how would that change the outcome, and people may be like, oh, it's not going to change. Well, this is a clear example of like they had their mind made up and then they're like, well, that's not really happening. And they're like, oh, well, if I had known that, it would it would have been thought. But it's like, yeah, he just, I think somebody in chat was like, he pulled the reverse Uno card on him, and that is 100% what he did.
Absolutely. Also, I don't feel like he had any other play, because if he had presented this same story and reversed the roles like he did to the friends, but if he had done this as a Reddit story and then presented those findings to her, she would have been like, that's just randos on Reddit. The fact that it was her friends means that she had to respect the opinion. There was no arguing against it. There was nothing. Hey, Tater. Welcome back. Hey, Ava. Welcome to the show. Will you be making an appearance here shortly? She says, hey, Goober, in the Gosh Heck and Fam, heck yeah. Lacey Burnett, soulless mistress, Michaela McDougal. Lacey Burnett again there, Stacey Forbes, Meg's World, Macy Drake, Trisha Ness, TC Halls, Queen Tink Linda, CJ, Friendly Neighborhood Tim, Sherry Medic, Friendly Neighborhood Tim and Sherry Medic again there. Sammy Silver again. Mama Says So. Charlotte Arnold, Meg's World, Stephanie Forbes, Amanda, Jen here, Michelle dropping the 303 W coins. Amy Castro, Carol Jaworski, Michelle L, Charlotte Arnold, Anise Moon. We are at 1928 or 2500 on those W coins right now. Hatter is in pain? Why for are you in pain, Hatter? Uh-oh, Meg's World has an idea. Tony. Hey, Snorts. Snorts is trying to convince you to come make an appearance, Ava Thunder. M says losing track of time is one thing, being defensive like that is another. She must be hiding something. That's the vibe I got. I don't know, though. I don't know. Sticking with NTA, I think it was brilliant. I don't think he had any other play that she couldn't argue against or dismiss, except for using the friends. It was brilliant. Brilliant. He may be divorced after this, but what a brilliant fucking way to go, right? He went out with his boots on, 100%. Meg's World, there you go. A new emoji of someone eating popcorn while watching the show. Aye, I digs it. All right. A bit of a music break. Getting a wee drinky drink here.
Oh, you can change shirts.
Oh, I got to do a shirt change? Okay. Ava Wee, you want to come up and say hi while I do a wardrobe change? You want to come up with your moms? Took a bite of what? Oh. You're fine. It's just Belvita Bar. Belvita Bar, not Velveeta. Hey, Shawnee, Salweg, welcome to the Gosh Heck and Fam. Heck yes. I'll wait till y'all are ready. They should have posed it as strictly a hypothetical. And yeah, that could have. It wouldn't have burned like this one did, though. It wouldn't have burned like this one. Hey, Aunt Sue, Jasmine, Darcy, Crystal, Stacey Lynn Foxworth, Dylan Sprague, Fulton Devil. Thank y'all so much. All right, ladies and gents, here they are. The both of them. The both of them.
We have hello. Did not hear the last story, so no feedback on that. We were driving.
It was brilliant.
But this Ava did go to homecoming over the weekend. She had.
Hey.
She looked gorgeous.
She did. She looked so. Yeah, and yes, she is my mini me. But yeah, you guys, there. I posted pictures. They're on my Instagram if anyone wants to see. But she looks so pretty. And they're still like. I think one of the guys was 16 and drove.
Nice.
But I was their chauffeur in my car. Her dress was navy, same color as her sweatshirt. But she looks so pretty, so grown up. They all did, and she has such a good like group of friends. So it was a really good time. Are you gonna? Do you want
Did
to
you
speak?
have fun?
Yeah.
That
She's a woman of
maximum
many words.
feedback.
It was fun.
What was your favorite part of the night?
Getting ready and going home.
Were you excited to go with your date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you dance? They don't dance at dances anymore.
No, she danced. She said they
Oh.
danced.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
We didn't like we just like
Oh, they don't slow dance at
no,
dances
they don't
anymore.
play slow songs.
Yeah.
They just play like upbeat songs.
I didn't know that. I was like, what?
They only played one song, like slow song, and it was like not a slow song. It was just like I don't know if I can
Speak up.
say what song it was.
You're
but-
whispering 3 feet away from the microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was
I was told you wouldn't have to go back to me anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
He's got a new
Thunder,
shirt.
everybody. We're going Halloweeny mode. Caden Thunder picked out the spooky vibes for me, so we're pivoting to Halloween. Was he a gentleman? He was. He was a good kid. I took the pictures for her friend group ahead of time and met his folks, and yeah, he's a very nice, respectful kid. That's my stapler. I was told I wouldn't have to go back in again. All right, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for telling my wife I'm done with her emergency calls and leaving her stranded. Oh my, we have a wife who cried wolf story, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the poll started for this one. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife I'm done with her emergency calls, quotation marks in title, and leaving her stranded? I mean, you're an asshole for leaving your wife stranded, that's for sure. Oh, man. Yep, I'm going one. I'm going one. Just for leaving her stranded. Like, I don't care if she was the one who cried wolf. You left her stranded, man. Or she just experiences a lot of problems. Like, maybe she's prone to emergencies. I happen to have experience with people who are prone to calamity.
To be fair, you make disastrous phone calls.
Oh. How's it feel?
I've been betrayed by Tony Spark. Ascon 2 pulls ahead with the lead here at the very end. Calamity Candy, yeah. It's Calamity Candy. That's her name. That's her name.
I am calamitous.
That is.
I am calamitous.
Oh, God. She just did I am calamitous, but like Thanos. I am calamitous. Yeah, something breaks. She falls down. And like that's what the snap means. All right, here we go. ESH is everyone sucks here. Which is just like everybody. Everybody. All right, here we go. I, 32 male, have been married to my wife, 29 female, for 4 years. And we have a 3-year-old son. She's not a bad person, but she's constantly in a state of chaos, and every little thing becomes my problem. No exaggeration, I get these emergency calls multiple times a week. Flat tire, call me at work. Forgot her wallet, call me. Grocery store, out of her favorite oat milk, blow up my phone like the world's ending. It's relentless. I work full-time and do my fair share at home with our son. Diaper duty, bedtime stories, cooking, cleaning, you name it. But these crises are killing me. I've told her before that unless it's a real emergency, like someone bleeding or stuck on a highway at night, she needs to figure it out. I don't have the bandwidth to drop everything constantly. The last straw came 2 days ago. I had to take my son to the doctor because he had an ear infection and I was already running on fumes. While I'm in the waiting room with the fussy toddler, she calls me in a panic because she locked herself out of the car in front of Target 5 minutes from home. I told her, I can't leave. You'll have to call somebody to pop the window. She freaked out, saying that it would cost too much. She didn't bring enough cash, and I was being unreasonable. I stayed firm, said that she needed to figure it out, and hung up. When I got home later, she was furious. She said the guy charged her $150, and I should have come to help because she didn't think to go grab her wallet. I told her point blank, I'm done rescuing you from these things you can handle easily. You need to stop acting like everything is a disaster. Now she's barely speaking to me, acting like I'm the villain for not dropping everything for her again. My brother thinks I was harsh, but my mom said that I was right to set boundaries. Am I the astronaut for leaving her stranded this time? Man, I don't know now. Yeah, you're with your kid at the doctor. Like, being locked out of her car at Target 5 minutes from home versus sick kid at the doctor in the waiting room. Like, what? That's something she could figure out. Or it could be like, hey, go in Target for a while, and when I'm done here, I'll meet you over there. Not hard to burn an hour in Target. Could have done that. There was a route here, but I understand that this was the last straw. He said it was the last straw, and I was like, that was the emergency, so you had to go buy more straws, but it turns out that was not the case. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, right? This was a long time coming. This built up to finally the breaking point, and that's when this happens. It was not what I saw happening with this at all. I thought it was going to be, she just ends up needing help a lot and it's worthy things. And then he ended up leaving her stranded on the highway in the middle of the night because he just didn't want to dick with it anymore. And if that was the case, he would be asked on one, but that is not the case. It is she has to learn how to adult, at least a little bit, and not put all of the adulting on him and not make their problems all his problems. She has to have some of the problems too. Otherwise, like being married just means that he gets double the problems of life and she gets none. That's not a fair, it's not a fair arrangement that's going to work out in anybody's favor. It's going to fall apart pretty effing quickly. It's an NTA for me. NTA.
A lot of the comments were like, one, like, what if she was that close to home, could she have walked home and got her extra key or whatever she needed? Or two, she could have taken an Uber home to go get it.
Could have.
Or like
for less than $150.
Wait in Target. And then she says she forgot her wallet, but then how is she at Target without her wallet? Right? Because she was at Target, but then said he was going to charge her $150 and she didn't think to bring her wallet.
Yeah, well, I mean, she could have been paying with.
But there's a lot of options she could have done to wait for him to get done at the doctor.
So if we put ourselves in this scenario, we live about 5 minutes from Target. It's like not far at all. Worst case scenario, if something happened there, Caden Thunder could walk to the house. It wouldn't be that bad. But I would never ask her to do that. My first reaction would be, hey, go into Target, hang out there for a while, and I'll be by there whenever I can. That's true. Oh, that's a good point. That is a damn good point. Candy Thunder said I wouldn't be at Target if you were at the doctor with our child. I'm like, ooh.
I didn't work. I'd be at the doctor with the child.
So that's another problem that she's not handling at all. She's just letting him deal with it. Huh. Desiree, in the snow, uphill, both ways.
There are big hills between our houses.
There are big hills. Also, like nothing requires a physical card anymore. I feel like haven't used a real card in so long. LOL. Elise. Yeah, I thought she could be paying with her phone, or she could still shop at Target without her wallet, but might have needed it. That's true. Yeah, could have done an Uber. There are a lot of other scenarios there, or a lot of the newer vehicles you can unlock with the app too. So even if you get yourself locked in, there you go. She said she didn't have a lot of cash, and then said she forgot her wallet. Yeah, it gets a little fishier every time, huh? Yeah, that's true, Mike. Candy Thunder also wouldn't ask me to leave the doctor to come rescue her at Target. That's true. Yep. Call the police. Free ride there. Free for them to unlock your car. Cool.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
Why is she driving around with no driver's license? It's a good question. He could have sent an Uber, Risa says. Yeah.
My son. It says my son.
Oh, he says my son, not our son? Wait.
No, she says she's been married for 4 years out of 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it is their son then. Yeah, it's their son. But he said my son. He probably feels like it's his son.
Yeah, if he works full time, why is he the one
When you're panicked. Oh, okay. Okay. No wallet to prove it's her car. Ooh. Lexi says in Australia, we have a government app with our license on it. That's interesting. Huh. Makes fake IDs a lot more complicated, I would assume. Think you're getting ghosted, Snorts? You chill at Target. There you go. Hey, we hit that W coin goal. We get to get Tony Spark up here in a spicy story. Heck yeah. Can I get a save on gifted names, please? And we'll set the next one up here. What? Oh, there isn't? Interesting. Wait, are you on the back end or are you watching it from the front end?
I'm watching it.
If you got a mirror on your ceiling, you can do both.
I'm watching it on my phone.
In no particular... I look over and both she and Tony sparkle like this.
Can't see Caden. He was doing the same thing.
Oh, Caden was too. I got in trouble. In no particular order here. Mela Oso, Overkill Mill, Huron, Charlotte Arnold, Meg's World, Animal 792, Aunt Sue, Anise Moon, LK, Big Heart, Big Hearted Bow, Stephanie Forbes, Candy Thunder, Juan De Roshko, Darcy LC, Pandora's Diamond, Janice C. 2014, Mama Silver, Lacey Burnett, Kimberly Clevenger, Sherry Medic Solutions Only, Mama Says So, Tinkerbells, United Snorts of America, Elise Kutch, Rex in Effect, Denise Burkhardt, Pug Mommy, Mandala Will, Carrie Riggin, Dylan Sprague, DB Cinder, Trisha Nest. We've got Tisha, 305, Jelly 55, Olivia and Sons, Mags Mazing. We've got Red Panda Girl, 2K50, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Piotr, Snowman Collector, Berlioz, Friendly Neighborhood Tim, Kayla C, Michaela McDougal, TC Tehals, Candy Heart, and Fallen Del 04. Thank you all so much for the love. Timed that perfect with the music. That was serendipitous. Let me set the new one up here. The next one is going to unlock part of a TikTok contest. What? I think I just read this is a who put the question mark on the teleprompter moment. I just read long pause. I said this one is going to unlock part of a TikTok contest. That's not what it unlocks. That's just a note. Spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. This goal or this gift is part of a TikTok contest right now. Good gravy. Words are hard. Everything is difficult. Everything is awesome. Okay. Go at it. Let me pin this one real quick. Hey, see if you see the gift goal at the top now. Okay. We'll dive back over here. We're going for Boo the Ghost. Boo. Boo. All right, here we go. We haven't seen Caden in a hot minute. Is he coming up today? He is the next goal after this one.
He was up there like a bunch of times.
It was his birthday.
Yeah, well, yeah, last week. It was pretty much his life for his 22nd birthday. 22nd birthday. Yeah, so going back to a little bit of feedback on this last story before we start in the next one, I do feel like his NTA, because she's got to take some kind of accountability here, and I'm sure that's incredibly frustrating for him to essentially have another child. And in most cases, this is where we normally see the guy, like not handling any of the adulting and the wife having to handle all of it. It's interesting to see the role reversal there, and it pretty much pans out the same way. We feel the same way about it. He's experiencing the same kind of frustration that she would if she was in that position. So NTA, there's got to be some kind of way to move forward here, but like she is who she is, and she's trained to be this person for a damn long time. So it's going to be a hard transition. Changing this is going to be difficult. It is going to be painful. So just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Oh, it makes me wonder if she has an anxiety disorder, Shadowkist. Entirely possible. Entirely. All right, here we go. Diving into the next one.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Just kidding. Bringing this guy up for you because you've unlocked him and he wants to come say hi. Where are all the buttons?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Stark!
It's okay. I'm easily forgettable. Hello, chat. Wah, wah. Hello, chat. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody having a good Wednesday? Those are cool little ghosts.
Yeah.
No coral today. Nope, no coral today. Yesterday was a sad day for Ted and Lake Tony. Yesterday was the first day of the season of wearing a hoodie because it's a little chilly. So yeah, it's hoodie. It's it's hoodie season, but I think it's still supposed to be like nice. It's not gonna be like cold, but I think it got down like 30 something last night. I think it's supposed to get down like, I don't know, maybe 30 something tonight, but it's nice right now. Like it's hoodie and shorts weather, which I like hoodie and shorts. It's also like cold enough, like you don't have the air on, but I didn't have the heat on. I had my window cracked last night. It was 57 degrees in my room, and I woke up this morning and it was glorious. I know, at least hers was at 58. My room is 57 degrees this morning, and it was heavenly.
What?
It was so nice. Oh my God, it was so nice.
Bring that shrinkage!
57 degrees, and I was cozy as could be.
Where are they coming from? Do you need like a new battery or something?
Where's the reset?
Took a shot of 5 hour energy before the stream.
Oh my gosh.
It was nice.
That is too cold.
It's
Your body's-
perfect.
No, your body's gonna start shutting down.
Yeah, it's important. It inverts.
Hey, if it takes me, it takes me.
True.
They found him dead of hypothermia.
It was nice.
At the right
Well, because I have like
degrees
I have
of
like a
57.
down blanket, and so it has to be cold because otherwise that thing will like smother you. It's too hot. And it was literally I looked at the thermometer, and it was 57 degrees, and I was like, this is so nice. It's so nice and cozy, and it was great.
Hey, Charlotte, we do have swag. If you go to dusty-thunder.com, we got all kinds of swag.
Celsius, no. Fahrenheit, which if you guys haven't watched, there's a very funny SNL skit
Oh my gosh.
with Nate Bargatze where he talks about the Celsius made me think about it because it's like, oh, Celsius? No. You asked about the weather.
I did not.
I did not. Fahrenheit, can you spell that? Impossible. But it's basically like George Washington.
Measure things in feet.
It's George Washington, like, as he's like the founding fathers, and they're like, we'll make our own rules.
So 10 feet to a yard? No.
He's like, there'll be 3 feet to a yard, 12 inches to a foot, and we'll call it a foot, and 3 feet to a yard. He's like, how many yards in a mile? Nobody knows. How many feet to a mile? 5,280, of course. It's just making fun of basically the way Americans
Or dumbasses.
are dumb and our language and
Overcomplicate things.
or how we overcomplicate things. Yeah,
We'll take all the U's out except for in glamour.
it's so funny. 14 degrees Celsius is the same as 57 degrees. See, like that's the thing. That's what I don't understand. When we created all this nonsense
And we made our own like feet and inches instead of, meters and kilometers and all that stuff. Like there's not even no rhyme or reason of like what the, like 14 degrees Celsius is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's like not even like a compare like this is 5 degrees more than that or however that like translates. There's no rhyme or reason. It's so weird. This makes it complicated.
We had to be different.
We did.
We are, Katie. You're weird.
We are weird.
We're different.
Americans. We didn't do it. Nate Bargatze did.
Oh, he's hilarious.
But yeah, you should go look that up. There's 2 of them. He did one last year when he hosted, and then he just did one the other day.
He's a very funny guy.
Very funny.
And he's a dad, so he's got a lot of good like dad stories.
He's also like a clean comedian too. He doesn't like when you watch his stand up and stuff. He's very clean. He's clean. He doesn't like swear a lot, and it's his delivery too.
Not like this show.
He's got a lot of like
jokes.
Well, he's just like his kind of like that deadpan delivery on a lot of stuff, and like the way he like it's so he's a great comedian.
He's really good.
Yeah. Okay. Bye guys.
The bots are out of control right now.
If you guys are bored, follow at Tony Spark _ but you don't have to. But if you just run out of content to look at on TikTok,
The music is playing.
just go ahead and follow me. If not, who cares?
The desk rising is people into the music.
I need to have the get off the stage music. That would be great. I need a button for that. I'll get on it. I'm gonna find something that would work really,
As soon as
really
I started
good for
plugging
that.
myself, I got the hook.
I will. I would push that button for myself.
U.S. took moving away from the Parents' Rebellion to a whole nother level. Truth. Hey, Andrea, Antsu, Michelle, EO, dropping those Boo the Ghost. We've got Megan CS, Crystal Williams, Kitty Cats. Crystal dropping a whole bunch of the Boo the Ghost there. Thanks so much for the love, guys. We'll dive into the next story here, which is the spicy story, correct? Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of these for you. It's spicy story time. And this one is from True Off My Chest and is titled, My Husband Keeps Getting More Attractive and I Don't Like It. Okay, we'll do the poll for this one. Why not? That's an interesting title. We'll roll with that. Title again, My Husband Keeps Getting More Attractive and I Don't Like It.
He said the tea chucking traders.
The tea chucking traders.
Accurate.
Yeah. This hay in Massachusetts. The sea still tastes like tea, just a wee bit. Okay. Title again was My Husband Keeps Getting More Attractive and I Don't Like It. I feel like this is, probably not great. I'm gonna go ask Con 2 on this. It's a guess. Shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark.
Hunter, I would. When's the next time you're going live? More agreeing with jealousy story? Yeah. Kind of seems like that. My husband keeps getting more attractive and I don't like it. Okay. So, Ascon Juan took the cake here. We'll see where we end up actually being. Me, 32 female, and my husband, 32 male, have been together for 8 years, married for 5. I'm not ashamed to say that I was the pretty one in our relationship when we were dating. I think maybe you should be ashamed to say that out loud. Okay. Before we got married, he was around 280 pounds and 5'11", didn't know how to choose clothes for himself. He hates shopping and had a bald head. I fell in love with who he was as a person. Even though I never cared for his looks, I was secretly assured that he wouldn't cheat on me. There it is, folks. It was a safety choice. I was cheated on every single one of my relationships until he came along. In the second year of our marriage, his sister had to lose a ton of weight due to heart issues, and then he started going to the gym with her 5 times a week to support her. I was very supportive of him starting to exercise and thought it was very sweet of him to support his sister like that. With 2.5 years of hard work, they both lost a ton of weight. He specifically lost around 100 pounds and turns out has very blessed genes. I'm talking about full-on abs and everything. Never knew man can grow jaw lines by losing weight. Even his PINS seems bigger. I was very proud of him and was pleasantly surprised by this. Then soon after, he got a promotion at work. He became head of his department, and his former boss advised that he should look more presentable as a representation of their department. My husband took his words to heart and turned to me for help. We went on a shopping spree and started to let his hair grow out. Well, again, turns out he has beautiful hair. By this time, my husband is a very attractive man. Then a month later, we went to the company's anniversary party with his coworkers. I noticed that women at the party were just swooning over my husband, and even worse, he just didn't realize it. I learned from his coworker that most single women, even some of the married ones, are actively throwing themselves at him at his workplace. There was one younger girl who gave him a kiss on the cheek while we were sitting together. Well, your safe choice ain't so safe anymore now, is it? I talked to him about it, and he said, well, she's French. I thought French people were like that. I guess I'll try to keep my distance from her. Honestly, it was a dumb response, but it's just so like him. I don't like how much attention he's getting. I feel like as soon as we get into a rough patch, if we get into it, there are tons of women waiting to pray for him. I am scared that some of these women will affect him, as he is pretty naive as a person. Note that he was everything that I could ask for in a marriage and has been great, if not perfect, as a husband for me over the years. I feel like such a POS for wishing he stayed physically the same. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I got to read some chat before I dive in on this. Chelsea, so his confidence after getting healthy helped him in every aspect, and she is jealous. Yeah, but it's more than that. It's more than that, right? Her worry is going to cause a divide, Ellen B. Yeah. She's insulting him the whole time. Emily. Yoko, she's insecure. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The level of insecurity here is damaging. He doesn't notice because he loves OP. Thank you, Wonder Woman. I think that's accurate. I think he loves her. He doesn't notice because he's not trying to notice. When you have your blinders on for one person, you don't notice a lot of things like that. He's not open to it, so he's not noticing it. They can do whatever the hell they want. If you're secure with the person that you're with, it doesn't matter. But she's not secure with him anymore because he's more attractive now, which is the root issue that I want to address here. I don't give a shit what happens when he's at work parties and she witnesses stuff. That just reinforces the main problem, which was she chose someone who was a safe choice for her. Safe meaning she didn't feel threatened that she was ever going to get cheated on because she knew she was out of his league. Bish. If that's how you feel about a person, if that's the kind of approach you take getting into a relationship, you are not ready to be in a fucking relationship. You are not ready. If you're choosing somebody who is a safe choice because you are insecure with yourself, you are not ready. As evidenced by what happened when he improved himself, when he got healthier. Now your insecurity, like radar, is just buzzing like crazy. It's going haywire because now people notice him. Now he's not a wallflower. Now he's not a 280-pound, 5'11" guy with a bald head. Now he's jacked and stacked, and people are throwing themselves at him. But it doesn't matter to him. It only matters to you. And it doesn't even matter to you in the sense that he's more attractive. It matters to you in the sense that you feel less secure. That's sad. Like, I want to be mad at you. I really want to be mad at you for doing this to a person and for putting him in this kind of position and for treating him like this and not supporting him to be the best version of himself that he can be and deciding to do this with him. There's nothing stopping you from jumping on this train with him, right? And taking this journey together. I really want to be mad at you for that, but I can't because I'm sad for you. I'm sad for you that you let whatever damage happened in the first place through your repeated relationships where you got cheated on, put you in a position where you felt like you should be in another relationship, but just needed to be in a relationship with someone who was less attractive. When in reality, the last thing you needed was a relationship. You needed time to heal. You needed time to be comfortable and confident with who you are before moving forward. You've wronged both of you by moving forward here. Michelle Heather with a New Zealand 50. Thanks so much for the love. Barnyard, if I found out this is how my wife felt about me, I'd be seriously hurt. Shit. I know I married up.
You're hot.
Clutches pearls, gasps. Is this how you feel about me?
Are you calling me insecure?
No.
Oh, you see how I did that?
Yep. Yep. Erica, ugly people cheat too. Jesus. That's a fucking t-shirt waiting to happen.
Oh my god.
So like it's a t-shirt somebody needs to wear to the bar. Like that's wow. Yeah. Yeah, I you understand where she's coming from though, right? So she felt like when she was in a relationship with somebody who was her equal, she got taken advantage of and made to feel less than. So to avoid feeling less than, she went ahead and put herself at less than to be with somebody who she viewed as less than. There's the kicker. Is like, yeah, we're only together because you thought I was less than in the first place. Cool. Love that. Now, again, I want to be mad. I want to be pissed, but I'm sad for her because now they've both been injured by these choices, right?
Oh my god.
So where should she go here? It's like she's upset by the fact that he is improved himself, but she also is just feeling this. She's not acting upon it. She's not saying like she's not trying to mean girls his ass and give him, weight gain shakes or anything. Like she's not trying to change anything. She's just kind of confessing how she feels about this right now. It sucks that you feel that way. Yes. If you do something with this to try to change him, you will definitely be an asshole. If you act on this in a way that supports what you're feeling right now and furthers it, you will be an asshole to both yourself and to him. If you check yourself right now and say, okay, this is not healthy. How can I change what I'm doing to be a better partner to him? Therapy is a damn good idea. She needed to be in therapy a long time ago before she ever got into a relationship. Now she's got to be in therapy to try to keep the relationship that she's got before she self-destructs the whole fucking thing. So she's just feeling this. She's not acting on it right now. So I don't know. I'm still going to put her at a 2 because she definitely shouldn't have gotten into this relationship in the first place. Shouldn't have done it. She wasn't ready for it. And again, I'm not mad. I feel bad for her. I feel sad for her, for both of them, really. And hopefully he never finds this out because that would destroy him. And hopefully this fork in the road, OP, you turn the right direction, the direction that's toward him and not away from him. Kai, she needs to talk to him about how she feels to see if he can show that he doesn't see others like that. Yeah. OP, definitely leave out the first part where you're like, I only got with you because you were a safe bet and I knew you would never cheat on me because I was like so far out of your league. Let's leave that bit out and just go with the, like, I see women throw themselves at you now and I know you would never cheat on me. I know, like, I'm secure in our relationship, but I can't help but like feel a little insecure because this is active competition, like trying to win you over. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. That's right. I totally went dad mode on this OP. I'm not mad at you. I'm just really disappointed. She has to have said her opinion about him over the years, which can only get back to him eventually. Ugh, Jamie. Oh, gosh. I feel so bad for him. What would telling him that serve? A Dusty Thunder dating app. Call it sparks. It's telling him at least the beginning part would not serve at all. If she talked to him and at least alerted him to the feeling that she was feeling insecure right then, like I'm feeling insecure about myself right now, and then to see all these women throw themselves at you, it amplifies my insecurity. Maybe that's the angle right there, is to just recognize that it's her problem in the first place, but then say what I'm seeing is amplifying everything there, and he's going to reassure her. And maybe invite her to come on this journey with him. But what should he do about that? He's not obligated to do anything right now. Whenever she speaks up, like reassuring her is the one thing that he can do right now. He can extend that invitation and be like, hey, I feel like it would really help you feel more confident and secure if you join me. Start going to the gym with me. Start doing this let's go on runs together. Let's do this. Like, let's get started. It helps me a lot. And it's an open invite. I would love to have you with me. That's a potential solution path. Hi, Tater. You look beautiful sitting over there. Lights hitting you just right. Sorry. Did you say barf? Who?
Ava.
Oh, I forgot Ava was over there. I'm sorry. I wasn't doing that to make you feel uncomfortable, Ava. I would say much different things to make you uncomfortable. Oh, boy. Lil Mishi, if they're both equally attractive, she will still have the issue. Yeah, but I feel like this is an opportunity to bond and to work on herself. And therapy is still an absolute must. No matter what she does moving forward, no matter what he does moving forward, therapy has to be part of her approach. Has to be. Mercy, LOL. Oh, eats popcorn. We're at 164 200 on the ghosties right now. And again, that will unlock a spicy story in Caden Thunder. Hey, Caden Thunder, before you bounce out, do you want to jump on and say hi real quick? He's got to leave a little bit early here. We're not going to get to his goal, but I do want him to jump on and say hi to everybody here.
This was the spicy story.
No, there's two.
Oh.
The next one's a spicy story.
Yeah. There's another spicy story. We'll bring him up just so he can say hello to you before he bounces out here. Here we go, ladies and gents. Caden Thunder. You thought I was what?
Hey.
It's Caden.
Hey.
Hey, tell them about your weekend.
So, I went to go see Post Malone on Sunday. I had a little adventure. Drove down to Arkansas, went by myself, first concert alone. It was a crazy experience. I got super. Maybe I'll post some on TikTok because I was right up front. I got super close to Post Malone. I actually got the chance to kind of talk to him, kind of not. I was shouting, like, it was after the concert. He was like a few people in front of me, and I was shouting. I was like, "Hey, Post," and he pointed at me, and he was like, "Hey, I like your hat, man." So, well, he said, "Cool fucking hat, man." But, yeah. So Post Malone complimented my hat. So that was my birthday present, I guess, right? Yeah, it was super, super awesome concert. I could probably fangirl about it for like 5 years.
But what happens every time you fangirl about it here in the studio?
I upset the troops that didn't get to go.
Not me. The
The troop. Tony Spark is actively like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
Tony Spark wanted to go. It was Post Malone concert's what I went to go see for those who missed it, and it was super, super good. At KADINSTRM on Instagram. I have some videos of it up if you want to go follow my Instagram.
There you go.
I'm a super cool guy, and there's other concert videos on there too. So go check out my Instagram if you want to see some concert videos. I get good seats most of the time. I try. Yeah.
Dusty Thunder ain't that big yet.
All right.
We don't get like the VIP passes or anything.
No.
Like someday.
No.
Someday we should backstage to meet Posty.
I got up there to talk to him by pure luck.
Yeah. Just because you had a cool hat.
Yeah.
You had a cool hat, man. Meg's this Hufflepuff.
They said you got to see Taylor, Tony.
Salty beans. Yeah, Suzanne, truly, he's an enemy. He's way cooler than I am, though. Way cooler. Okay, we are at 172 a 200 to unlock that spicy story with the candy feedback. And for now, I'm bouncing back to the regularly scheduled stories. Back to here. Hey there, it's Dusty with another AITA story from Reddit for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for asking my partner to cancel his overseas trip because my dad is about to pass away? Well, no. We'll do a poll and see what you guys think. It seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to ask given those circumstances.
Much different from the other story.
Yeah.
Also vacation.
Am I the astronaut for asking my partner to cancel his overseas trip because my dad is about to pass away? No. No. Is your I was trying to say, is your partner the asshole for not offering to cancel his overseas trip when he found out that your father was passing? What came out of my mouth was, is your asshole the partner? Words are hard. I'm less dyslexic. I don't transpose letters. I transpose entire words in my head. Could be a work trip. Yeah. Pretty sure it's the same thing here. Could be. Could be. All right. NCA went hard on this one, winning that poll by a landslide. Let's figure it out. This is a long one, sorry. So my 25 female boyfriend of almost a decade, 25 male, has a trip to the US with uni planned for in a few weeks' time. For context, we live in Australia, so it's a significant distance away. My dad is terminally ill. Like any day could be his last terminally ill. My boyfriend and I live together, and he is my closest friend here in Aussie. I'm really afraid of him not being there if anything were to happen with my dad, which is very likely. So I want him to drop out of this trip. I know it's not a nice thing to ask. Yes, he would be missing out on an expenses-paid trip to the States, but I'm losing a parent. I battle with my mental health even on my best days, and naturally, at the moment, I'm really struggling knowing my dad won't make it to Christmas. I can't do this on my own. By this point, you may have made up your mind. However, this isn't the complete picture. A week after he would be getting home, I'm supposed to be leaving on my own trip to the UK. This trip is self-funded and has cost me thousands for those wondering. And on this trip, I am meeting up with my best friend who lives in the UK, as well as my closest friend besides my partner, who is flying in from the US. These people constitute my support network, and we have never had the opportunity to meet in person until now. I can't not go. I will be with people I love dearly. I will also be celebrating my birthday during the trip. So how can I ask my partner to stay home with me and then leave on my own trip just after? It's not exactly fair. If he goes, leaving me here alone, and my dad passes, I will be destroyed. Yes, I have family here who can offer help, but not when it's 3 a.m. and I can't breathe because my feelings have consumed me. If I go, no, I won't have him, but I will have my other closest friends for support. These people are my ride or dies. There is also the possibility of nothing happening with my dad, and if my partner stays home for nothing, I'll feel immense guilt. If he stays home, I will feel guilty regardless when I leave. Unfortunately, my going with him isn't financially feasible. While he has only had to pay a few $100s, I would have to pay the full amount, and I'm only working part-time at the moment. Plus, that's even more time than I'm out of the country. Also, he doesn't have to go on this trip. In previous years, students have had to miss out due to there being too many of them. This year, there weren't too many, so everyone had the opportunity to go. This is to say, he isn't screwing anyone else over by not going. If anything, it gives him more time to write up his report, which is the most important part that he hasn't started. I don't know. I welcome feedback and opinions, just please be respectful. I'm torn and frustrated and really frickin' depressed. Most expenses, not all. Yes, I know they're real. We have been friends for a few years and regularly FaceTime, etc. Oh, okay. Responses to some comments where people were like, hey, are you sure these people are real? That you're internet friends that you're going to go meet up? And then most expenses paid. So this is tough. This is, yeah. Kai, yeah. It's like, so I this is like an inner dialogue, right? So she's struggling with this. She understands she's the asshole. She's like, I get it. And then for me to still plan on going on my trip and asking him to stay, it's incredibly selfish. I know that it's incredibly selfish. So like, how, like, are these feelings truly making me a terrible person? Like, is it as bad as I think it is? Maybe that's where she's at. She's like, is it as bad as I think it is? You know what? I know we're not scheduled for this yet, but I don't think we're going to get to the next goal where Candy Thunder gets to come up and give some feedback on this. So I'd like to bring Candy Thunder up for feedback on this one. Let's bring her up, ladies and gents. Once again, the fantabulous Candy Thunder.
Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder. Hello.
What
do you think?
I don't know what I think. I think that it's I'm like, I think I need to fidget with something.
This is the fidget toy.
I think that it's not fair to ask him to skip his trip. She said that if she's not going to skip her trip, self-funded trip, because if something happens to her dad while she's gone, then she'll be with friends. So I don't know.
So I could see this happening, not happening, but I could see it being a conversation, because there are times where I'm like, hey, I've got about 3 hours worth of work I have to do tonight. And you will say to me, I know I'm selfish, but I want you to come to bed. And it'll be like I have to get this stuff done. I'll get here as soon as I can. Or you know what? I'll punt this stuff to tomorrow. And and let's cuddle up. But explaining how you're feeling to your partner is one thing. Asking him not to go, and I'm gonna teach you a term, OP. It is opportunity cost. It is not the money. It is not the monetary like loss here. You're using him not paying for this trip over and over again as some kind of evidence to support that it wouldn't be a big impact. That is not accurate, because the opportunity cost here is a once in a lifetime trip where he gets to go experience something. That experience is valuable. It is not a monetary value. It is a life experience value. So don't act like there's no value attached to it, because there most certainly is.
Right.
Then again, I understand he's your blankie. He's your person, and you want your person there when you know you're going to go through something really difficult, but you also have stated that you're going to have your support network, your ride or dies the week after he would be getting back. You're planned to see them anyway. And what if something happens to your dad while you're gone?
Well, she said that they would be there to comfort her.
But she wouldn't be there for her dad. Like, there's a lot of questions there.
I'm going to look at this as a parent. If I'm terminally ill, and I know that something...
I do not like this example.
I know that something is going to happen to me, and my child...
I will save you.
My child has a trip planned like this. I want them to go on the trip. Like, something's happening to me either way. Whether or not you're here, or whether or not, like, go do something that's going to fill your cup. The boyfriend too. Like, go. That's how I would look at it. Go on the trip, because that is better than sitting by my bedside watching what's going to happen to me. Yeah. And I feel that in my soul. I've always felt that in my soul. I don't want my kids to see that. Like, I don't want them there for that. I would rather them go on the trip. Like, that's how, logically, that's the only way my brain is making sense of this. I don't think it's fair for her to ask him to not go on his trip, and then for her to be like, but justification for my trip is X, Y, and Z. And I understand that it's her dad, but it just doesn't seem fair. Like you said, this is, he's having help with the funding on this trip, and so it is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah. That funding isn't going to come back around. And so I feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like it's fair to ask him to either cancel them both or don't cancel them at all.
Well, so I'm going to go a little bit of a different angle here, because I feel like, OP, it's okay to explain to your partner how you feel. Like our example a minute ago. Yeah. You explain how you feel and be like, I know this is incredibly selfish, but this is like what I want, but I would never ask that, because I could never ask that.
Right.
And this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I want you to go. And Ellen, your comment there about, this has nothing to do with the dad. It's how it's going to make her feel after she loses him. So like the physical presence there isn't an issue. So even if she's gone, she's with her support network, and that's probably best case scenario here. But I think her expecting him, maybe not even expecting, her wanting him to stay behind and miss out on a once in a lifetime opportunity to be her support is understandable, but is also selfish. She can't ask that. He can offer it. He can offer it. She can't ask. That's the dynamic. That's the only thing that would make it okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And they've been together for a decade, so obviously the boyfriend has to have feelings on this too.
Yeah.
But
also, I'm going to go an entirely
really.
I'm going to go an entirely different direction here. From what you said about when you're at the end of days and you don't want the kids there. I want y'all there. While I'm shitting myself and drooling everywhere, I want you there every minute.
No, you do not.
Smelling everything,
No, you
wiping
do
my
not.
chin. No, this is documentation. You go back. It's on the
Always.
internet now. It's forever. I want
It's
you there.
not.
I'm just kidding.
That's not his.
I'm just
wishes.
kidding. I don't want you to see that shit either. I
I
want her to see it.
He
Not
told me
you.
to. I'll take care of you. I got you.
Yeah. I'm going to
Thanks,
Hector
Niecy.
Salamanca.
Thanks,
I'm going to
Niecy.
Hector
That was
Salamanca
weird.
that up hard.
Not a bot. I guess they're letting us know they're not bots. The Hector's, yeah. Smelling everything. Ugh. This guy's going to have a sense of humor till the day he dies. I know that for a fact.
And even after, wait till I start haunting your ass. Elise, traveler perspective. I've missed a lot for friends. I know mine is for work, so it's harder to pivot, but it happens. You can't live life off of what ifs. Same with the concert story recently. Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Okay. Yeah, I
you
like
have to
that.
pivot a lot.
You can't live life off what ifs.
Yep.
I like that. I think that sums up this story perfectly. I think live your life.
Yeah. Live your life.
And let your boyfriend live his life, and I'm saying this as a parent, let the chips fall where they may. When I go, I go. Yeah.
There we go. There you go. Yeah, Snorts, I infected you with the transpositions. We did hit the ghost goal, so we've unlocked that next spicy story. So we will get your feedback. Well, then go pee. You got time.
Okay.
You got time. I've got to give some thanks here. Tony Spark, can you give me a save on that? She's like, I haven't heard it, but I have to pee. You got time. You're good. You must stand here and just relieve yourself. They can't see that far down. It's fine. In no particular order here, we have Bailey Chapman, Animal 792. Holy cow. It's a good thing she was already peeing. It was a good thing. Antsu 257, Meg's World 85, Mela Oso, Crystal Williams, Charlotte Arnold, Rex in Effect, Thornatas, Darcy LC, Denise Burkhardt, Elise Kutch, Crazy Lady Who Has Cats. Hell yes. Sherry Sosa, Katrina Jones. It refreshed on me right in the middle of that. Katrina Jones, Rose. We've got Mama Silver, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Mags Amazing, Janice C, 2014, Doroshko, Sarah Bella, Pug Mommy, Anise Moon, Seawall Baby 2, Solutions Only, TLS Journey, and Anna Banana. Thank you all so much for all the love. We're going to get another one set up here to take us out. This will be our last story that we're getting ready to start because y'all unlocked that spicy story with the Candy Thunder feedback. Okay. This would unlock a cake story. We'll roll it over into VIP, wherever we're at here. Or if you hit it, we'll just go long. Yeah. Not the confetti in there. It still is. Ah!
Oh.
I have been assaulted by confetti. The crows have eyes, and don't you dare look at them. Allie just resubbed to be in the Gosh Heck fam again, or to stay there. Lorelei, Dark Angel, Jen, Big Bo, Silver. Heck yes. Karua, Genesee, Cake the Rogue, dropping some tiny dinies as well. Yari, Gigi, Gypsy Soul, Gimzer, Sherry Sosa, Great Dragon Fox Gaming, C Sizzle, Shelby in the Gosh Heck It fam, hell yeah. Donald D, Becky Musser, Amanda, KCC, Becky Musser is in the Gosh Heck It fam there too. Big Bo, Meg's World, thank y'all so much. Y'all are awesome. Cake the Rogue dropping more tiny dinies there. Lorelei, heck yeah. Wonder Woman, Rex and Effect, Dark Angel, y'all are amaze balls. All right, I'll get the, I already hit that button. I'm going to get the spicy story started here. Oh, what did I miss?
Okay.
What did I miss?
We overshare all the time, but
Indeed.
I went to go pee, and when I went to sit down, that's when I heard the confetti thing. I had no idea confetti was happening.
Did a little toot sneak out?
No. I thought I broke the toilet. I thought the loud pop was like the toilet, like base, like breaking, something cracking. And I was like, oh my God. And then I realized what had happened. Like I heard the echo of it, but I literally thought I broke the toilet in the women's restroom.
You thought water was going to be like coming out of the base
I don't know what
everywhere?
I just thought it cracked. Like I heard porcelain crack. And I was like, oh my God. Shut it down, guys. Shut it down.
We got problems. Get a mop. We got problems.
And then my brain was like, no, it's fine.
When you're drowning. No, I got stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You see what he has to live with?
Calamity Candy, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily,
I did not call for help.
the majority, you would have if it was really happening.
That's true.
The majority of the calamity
In a situation.
is hilarious. Like the calamity is always funny, almost always funny. So, yeah. Dark Angel, Becky Musser, Elise, Doroshko, Bailey Chapman dropping the 250 tiny dinies, Silver, Rebecca Itrata, Taylor Devon, Aunt Sue, Lorelei extending that membership. Hell yeah. Becky Musser, Wonder Woman, Rex and Effect, Dark Angel, Candy White, Melody. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much. All right, here we go. This is a spicy story, ladies and gentlemen. And hang tight because we'll have Candy Thunder's feedback on this one too. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Leaving My Wife at the Airport After She Overpacked and Got Charged for an Overweight Suitcase? Oh, shit. Okay. Starting the poll. Title again, Am I the Astronaut for Leaving My Wife at the Airport After She Overpacked and Got Charged for an Overweight Suitcase? I'm going to say, yeah, you're the asshole for leaving your wife there because guess what, buddy? Once you're married, if your partner does something like that, you're in that boat right there with her, man. You're right there with her. Sergeant Mac, yeah. This is it. This is how I go. Mama Cass, ham sandwich. Candy Thunder on the turlet. Broke turlet. Am I the astronaut for leaving my wife at the airport after she overpacked and got charged for an overweight suitcase? I'm going to go 2 on this. It might be a 1, but I'm going to go 2. We overpacked. There you go, Wonder Woman. That's what she says to him. No, we overpacked. Cameron, you're probably right. This probably is an ESH. This would be like the perfect application for an ESH. If I could ever remember that it exists. AskCon 1 took the cake here. Oof. Let's see. Mad Hatter, as a person who usually overpacks, I will defend the wife on this. Dusty Thunder.
Ditto.
Yeah. Ditters. Okay. My wife and I were flying out for a week-long vacation that we'd been planning for months. Everything was set, hotels booked, excursions planned, and I even double-checked all the baggage restrictions to avoid any surprises at the airport. I'm the kind of person who likes to be prepared, so I packed light and made sure that I was within the airline's weight limit. The night before the trip, I noticed my wife's suitcase was bursting at the seams. I casually mentioned that it looked overpacked and asked if she had double-checked the weight limit. She brushed me off, saying she needed all the clothes and shoes that she packed and that it would be fine. I didn't push the issue, figuring she knew what she was doing. The next morning at the airport, we check in and surprise, surprise, her suitcase is way over the weight limit by more than 15 pounds. The airline staff told us it would be an extra $100 to check it, or she could take some things out. I suggested that she move some stuff into her carry-on or even into my suitcase since I had extra room, but she flat out refused, saying it would be too much of a hassle to reorganize everything at the airport and that she'd just pay the fee. At this point, I was already a bit annoyed because I had warned her this might happen. I thought she was being stubborn and we had an argument right there at the counter. She said I was making a big deal out of nothing and insisted that we pay the fee and move on, but honestly, I was fed up. Here's where I might be the asshole. Instead of paying the fee or continuing to argue, I just walked away. I told her I was going to the gate and that she could meet me after dealing with her suitcase. I figured she'd pay the fee and catch up, but when I got to the gate, I started cooling down and decided to board the plane. I thought she'd probably be mad, but she had time to get on before takeoff. The plane took off, and she didn't get on.
What the fuck, dude?
As soon as that plane started moving, I'd be like, Marshall, where's the marshal? Where's the marshal? Get me off of this plane now because I'm gonna die. Guess what?
You wouldn't even be on the plane.
I wouldn't, that's true. I wouldn't be on the plane. I wouldn't be on the plane in the first place. Mostly because I wouldn't know how to get there unless she showed me the way.
His last vacation is American.
She texted me after we landed, furious, saying that she had missed the flight because she was dealing with the baggage issue. I felt guilty, but also kind of justified. She was the one who refused to compromise at the counter, and I didn't want to be late for the flight because something was so preventable. Something so preventable. She's now calling me a jerk for abandoning her at the airport, and she's stuck waiting for the next available flight. But from my perspective, I gave her the option to handle it, and she just made things harder on herself. So am I the astronaut for leaving her at the airport and flying out without her? Edit! Can't reply to any more posts because somebody got me banned for 7 days for replying with the word you when calling them a relationship doormat rather than referring to them in the third person, as is allowed on Reddit. Silly me. For too many whipped Redditors who apparently bend over backwards to enable their narcissistic partners and refer to that one-way compromise as teamwork, genuinely feel very sad for you people. Ladies and gentlemen, to give her feedback on this story, we have the one and only Caden Thunder.
I think you misused the word narcissistic partner, or maybe you were just talking about yourself. What? Sorry, I'm blind reacting. I'd never heard this story until just now. But where's all my overpackers? I feel like they're all in here. Where are they?
Where are
at?
my overpackers
Yeah. But also, like, who doesn't get to the airport like 2 hours before their flight takes off? Because how was she still dealing with or
Right.
unless she got
Yeah.
stuck in like this TSA line that just wouldn't move? I don't know.
And at least
But-
that furthers your point with
Oh,
the
yeah, there
super
you
on the
go.
YouTube side. Yeah, it's like her dealing with it had to have been her continuing to argue with the staff instead of just paying the fee. But she said she was going to pay the fee,
Yeah.
so I don't understand.
I hear his story and I don't believe it because his far too many whipped Redditors who apparently bend over backwards to able their narcissistic partners. Is overpacking a narcissistic trait? Like, is that? I mean, she didn't want to move her stuff. I get that. You pack everything. It's. I get it.
We
Just
got
pay the fee.
we got 5 kids. We had full suitcases.
Yeah, it just pay the fee, like, and move on if that's what you want to do. If you're overweight and you know you're overweight, pay the fee. Like, that's why they're there. But I don't know that overpacking and not wanting to redo her packing makes her a narcissist. I mean,
Well,
yes, she
I
could have
guarantee-
moved her shit, sure, yeah, absolutely. But like, I get it. Like, you put stuff in your suitcase and you do it in a specific order, and I understand both sides on that point. But his bend over backwards to enable bullshit
Yeah.
is just like he
He didn't help himself.
There's your
here at the end.
personality, dude.
And
We see it.
actually, at the end of this story, I felt for him. But then his replies to people
Yeah.
proved that he was just looking for validation here and wasn't actually interested in anyone's opinion that didn't align with his
Yeah.
pre-existing opinion. So that did not help him at all on
Yeah.
the scale. I do think it's an ESH though. They both suck.
because she overpacked, or because she
Not
was
because she
unwilling
overpacked.
to compromise.
And not because she was unwilling to compromise. I mean, she had ample warning, brushed it off. He tried to prevent this from happening. She brushed it off. And then when it was at the counter, so really what I think she sucks about the most is if she wanted to just pay it and get on the freaking plane, pay it and get on the freaking plane. She's an asshole for missing the flight because whatever she chose to do there was a result of her own lack of preparedness before, which she was warned about. So she got herself into that pickle. That's what she's an asshole for. I think she has every right to be pissed at him for getting on the plane and leaving her, because that's not what you do with your partner. Your
Right.
partner fucks up, you're right there with them, buddy. Like it's just that's how it works. You don't leave them behind because guess what? You're not taking a trip together anymore. Somehow, like she had the luggage issue, but you're going to come out of this with the baggage.
All right, Lone Star, there you go. I'll be damned if I unpack and see someone sees my underwear. I'm paying the fee.
Just pay the fee.
Pay it.
I
Yeah.
thought it was probably more of a, if it was already bursting at the seams, she knew as soon as you creaked a zipper on that
There
freaking
you
thing,
go.
it's all going poof. And there's no putting it back in there.
But I do try to weigh our suitcases.
She does.
I don't have a luggage scale, but I'll stand on the thing and like do this and just hold it, and then I'll weigh myself. That's what we do. But you wouldn't leave me there. You would have had Navy and the kids, and I would have been at the counter, or vice
Even
versa.
if it was just a you and me thing,
Yeah.
you know, the
You would, yeah,
rare
for sure. You wouldn't
once in
have
a
left me.
lifetime opportunities we have to go places ourselves, like we did in Tennessee a while back. Yeah, absolutely wouldn't have left you.
ESH means everyone sucks here, so they're not. Doesn't mean that they're equal assholes. It just means that they both are asshole. They both have asshole behavior, and I will agree. I think it's ESH, but he seems like a dick. Like he just seems like an asshole.
What his
Like you think like
not
it's his
until
personality.
not until he responded to commenters though, because his story, and maybe it's the way that he framed the story, and because he was looking for validation, that's just the way that we got across it.
Yeah, but who's not standing up when that plane, like, you see them closing the doors, like you feel
had
the plane.
ample warning to know.
Who's not standing up and being like, my wife is not here, like
Yeah.
my wife is not on this plane,
Right.
Like,
And then the story would have been, is my wife the asshole for holding up an entire plane? And yes, absolutely,
For
she
sure.
would be. And she's still an asshole for getting her to the point that that she's at, but so is he.
I just don't understand how she got stuck. Like, if you're already at the counter and you're already paying the fee,
I don't know.
and, like,
I mean,
how are you-
our last trip, we got stuck at a couple counters, and it was a little bit of a shit show. So,
Right.
I mean, it's possible for a simple thing to become a not simple thing at an airport real quick.
or maybe they got out of line and she had to get back in line,
Yeah.
and then it was like the TSA line got clogged. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Or maybe her
But-
suitcase started buzzing or something,
I don't
and then
know.
it became a different issue.
All right.
All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen, we got Candy Thunder there. Yeah,
Bye,
we're
guys.
at ESH is just a little bit different across the board here. So,
But I don't like him.
but you don't like him. It's the way he responded to the He didn't help himself at the very end, and then it becomes kind of transparent what his goal was for the whole thing. So it didn't help. I just don't understand. You're not helping your case at all there. But everybody sucks here. Everybody sucks. I might have gone to my gate, but who boards?
That, yes.
Elise, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't board.
He was probably first in line too. You know, they call the different sections, and he was probably standing there waiting with it. He was one of those guys that was standing right by the gate waiting with his shit. And as soon as they said the section that's before him, he went ahead and got in line. It's probably that guy. Hey, Becky's with the Galaxy, Grandma Shark, makes World 85 with the Dinies, Mrs. Drex, apologies.
People who don't overpack your suitcase.
Becky's, Donald D, Katie Steinbrenner. I'm going to go ahead and get some music on to take us out here. We're going to be starting VIP here in just a bit. Katie Steinbrenner, Dark Angel, Melody, Big Bo, Elise, Little Miss, Ashley Marie, Dark Angel, Meg's World, Candy White, Melody, Becky Mossler. You guys are awesome. Hatter, I'm sorry. Even if I overpacked my suitcase, my boyfriend would literally stay by my side until both of us are at the gate. The moment he got on that plane, it shows me he does not care. I'm with you.
He's a one sheep.
Candy says he's a 1, she's a 3. I don't know. I feel like they're both at a 2. Boarding without her is asking for trouble. It's asking for trouble. Hey, Shan loves to read, sending all the love with a bunch of different gifts right now. Thanks so much for that. Becky's throwing some up there as well. How are you switching, like, what gifts you're sending so quick, Shan loves to read? You have to show me this trickery. You got to show me. Show me. The relationship average is ask on 2. There you go. At least they're ask on 2 to each other. All right, ladies and gents, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Remember, October 30th is going to be the Halloween live stream. Halloween fun. VIP will start here shortly. Next live is going to be Sunday, normal time, 9 p.m. Central. Chiefs play noon or 3:25. Okay. They play the afternoon game. So that will not interfere. We'll be here at Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central time. And then next Wednesday, of course. Yep. So we'll be in VIP here in about 15 minutes. We'll see you there. Thanks for all the fun and the laughs. It's been real. 2 weeks till the Halloween live. What?
Wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gents, we'll see you next time.